Explore the power of how 6 simple Stoic principles shielded one person from life's storms. Stay tuned, because these secrets will not only captivate you, but also motivate you to the very end. Once upon a time, in a bustling village nestled between rolling hills and fertile fields, there lived a young person who was known far and wide for their unshakable serenity. No matter what life threw their way, they remained calm and composed. People often wondered how this individual managed to stay so unfazed by the trials and tribulations of existence. Little did they know that this young person followed 6 Stoic principles that shielded them from the stormy seas of emotion and suffering. The first principle they held dear was the art of distinguishing between what they could control and what they couldn't. One sunny morning, a sudden storm ravaged the village, destroying homes and crops. While others despaired, our serene protagonist calmly assessed the situation. They knew they couldn't control the weather, but they could control their reaction. With unwavering determination, they rallied their neighbors to rebuild their homes and replant their fields. The lesson was clear: focus on what you can change and accept what you can't. The second principle was to practice the virtue of courage. One day, news arrived that a group of bandits planned to attack the village. Panic swept through the streets, but our protagonist remained resolute. They knew fear was natural, but they also knew courage was the key to facing life's adversities. They organized the villagers, devised a defense plan, and stood their ground when the bandits arrived. In the end, the bandits fled, defeated by the courage of a united community. The lesson learned: courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. The third principle was maintaining a sense of justice. Our protagonist believed in doing what was right, even when it was difficult. One day, they discovered that a trusted friend had stolen from them. Instead of seeking revenge, they chose forgiveness and fairness. They confronted their friend, seeking to understand the reasons behind the theft. In the end, their friend confessed and made amends. The lesson: justice isn't about revenge. It's about making things right and seeking understanding. The fourth principle was practicing self-discipline. Our protagonist understood that self-control was the key to mastering their emotions. When faced with personal setbacks, they would take a step back, breathe deeply, and reflect. This discipline allowed them to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The lesson: by mastering yourself, you can master life's challenges. The fifth principle was embracing wisdom. Our protagonist knew that knowledge was a shield against ignorance and folly. They spent their evenings reading, learning from the experiences of others, and seeking wisdom from the village elders. When a difficult decision had to be made, they drew upon their wisdom to make choices that benefited all. The lesson: wisdom is a lamp that guides you through the darkness of uncertainty. The final principle was living the present moment. Our protagonist understood that dwelling on the past or worrying about the future robbed them of the joy of the present. They found beauty in the simplest of moments: a sunrise, a shared meal, or laughter with friends. Even in the face of life's challenges, they maintained their inner peace by staying rooted in the here and now. The lesson: the present is a gift. Don't let it slip away unnoticed. As time passed, news of the serene individual with an unbreakable spirit spread far and wide. People from distant lands came to seek their counsel, and the village prospered under their guidance. Yet our protagonist remained humble, always reminding others of the 6 Stoic principles that had transformed their life. And so, dear reader, take these lessons to heart. Remember to focus on what you can control, summon courage in the face of fear, seek justice with compassion, practice self-discipline, embrace wisdom, and savor the present moment. By doing so, you too can find the inner strength to weather life's storms and emerge unscathed. Like the serene individual in our story, may you inspire others to live a life guided by these principles, and may you find motivation and serenity in their practice.